Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. First of all, I want to thank everyone for a great start to the series. As a small YouTuber, I was not expecting much, but you guys have been crushing the views recently, and I truly appreciate that. It's been fun recording my solo shuffle journey, and surprisingly, I've been growing quite a bit as Shadow Priest, so it's been quite fun to see me just get better as the shuffles continue to go on. But behind the scenes, we have actually climbed up quite a bit, and so there will be more videos coming out soon, so just keep an eye out for that because we have made some significant progress. In this lobby right now, we have a Affliction Warlock as well as a Holy Priest on our side, and we are going against a Marksman Hunter and Unholy DK. Essentially, our goal will be to survive and put our dots out. If we can do that, we'll definitely be able to rot them down. So ways for us to survive will be to just CC as much as possible, get stuns on the DK, get fear off on either both the DK and Hunter, but at least one of them to just slow down their pressure, and then just continue to use our burst abilities such as Void Eruption, and just like that, we won. So, going into our second round, we have the Unholy on our team. So we know we will most likely be the main target again. So we'll want to keep that in mind by making sure we have our defenses ready for any burst windows and to continue applying pressure by spreading our dots and casting when we can. In this video, we have to update our macro, make sure the PI goes to the DK, but in future videos, I am actually now using an add-on that now makes sure that the DPS is always in the third row of my party frames, so that my macro just updates accordingly. Happy to share info on that if anyone is curious about it. It has made the quality of life very it just has improved my quality of life, making sure I can focus on the round versus updating the macro. One thing you may notice is that I like to stun whenever I see the Marksman Hunter use True Shot, because I know he wants to burst, so either I'm going to get a trinket out of him or reduce his burst window, which helps our team in either scenario. Like always, we are going to try to maintain our dots on both DPS and sometimes the healer and cast when we can. One thing I like to do, if I don't overextend myself, is to be positioned next to the healer to get easy fears. That way we can continue to put pressure on the DPS and the healer starts to get behind on their healing. Luckily, we do still have all our defensives ready in case they were to switch onto us and put any pressure, but we are feeling good so far into this round. Also, our healer is doing a great job maintaining the DK and keeping him topped off, while I was able to mostly free cast this round. You know, one thing you'll note, as always, I'm maintaining my dots on all targets and just continue to use my Siphene to reduce their healing, and utilizing Catharsis when I can. One thing you'll note is Catharsis is a great PvP talent against Affliction Warlocks for the sole reason they're trying to rot everyone down. So you're able to always get those procs, and just like that, we were able to secure another win. Alright, so we're going into round 3. We have the Marksman Hunter on our team this time, so we want to make sure we get PI out to him early for his burst. I like to always make sure we have the same focus target to maximize pressure while I maintain my dots across all the enemies. So right now I'm going to make sure we focus on the same target. I believe we'll be targeting block, as the marksman will be able to hit him quite hard. And so right now we're going to currently hold the pillar. We're going to get our dots out. Looks like they're waiting for the marksman to come out, which gives us time to just get our dots out, which is, you know, I don't mind that at all. We get our burst going, we have the PI on the hunter, and as you can tell, this lock is starting to feel the pain. We got the Siphene out to reduce his healing. We're getting quite a bit of cooldowns right off the go. Maybe if I used Mind Games, we might have been able to secure that sooner. But we got the life swap out of the Holy Priest, and we're just now maintaining our pressure while we can. One thing I need to do better is make sure I keep maintaining my dots on across at least the DPS, but we were able to secure a nice fear off the trap from the hunter. We were able to secure a precog, and now we're going to just try to free cast while we can. We got the mind games going out, and then we're just going to continue to use any of our hard-hitting abilities. And just like that, once again, we secured another win. And now we're going into the fourth round with 3 wins. So going into this round, we have the DK on our side, so we feel pretty confident we can secure another win with him. Our goal will be to hide behind the pillar in the beginning in case we can pull the hunter away from his heals and isolate him for a bit. We just have to be a little cautious for the marksman burst and try to avoid the lock from rotting us all down. As you can see, the DK runs straight at them and gets stunned by the marksman, which is a little nerve-wracking since he'll be out in the open, but it gives us enough time to start putting dots across the targets, but he might take a lot of pressure on the opener. Fortunately, we were too far away from the marksman to get a stun for his true shot, but we were able to position ourselves well to get a good fear on the enemy healer. Now our goal is to start pumping out some damage by using our burst, which is Void Eruption, and using our heavy hitting abilities such as Devouring Plague, Void Bolt, and Void Torrent. While we're not being heavily focused, we are trying to slow the enemy team down by using our stuns on the DPS, continuing to maintain our dots across the board. It feels like we're slowly falling behind at this point as this round continues. We're trying to maintain our pressure on this hunter, and we're putting a lot of good pressure, but this lock is slowly starting to ramp up, which is not feeling good across any of the team members at this point. And now looking back on it, it may have been a mistake to focus the hunter in this round instead of the lock, just because he's getting to put pressure on us freely, and yeah, we're starting to regret that at this point. We do get a small window of opportunity to potentially win this round when this enemy healer pushed in and got pretty low on health, but unfortunately we were not able to secure anything during that opportunity. At this point, our DK is falling very much behind. He's starting to feel the damage, and we're just gonna try to keep him alive by doing a life swap, but unfortunately now we're super low and we don't have dispersion for this. Tried to slow down the game by getting the fear off, but we got blinded by the pally, and just like that we were executed, which was unfortunate, but we had a strong start to the game so far, so hard to complain. So going into this round, we have the Affliction Lock on our team. So we have a pretty strong ladder comp going against the Unholy and Marksman Hunter. So I felt pretty confident in this round. As always, my goal will be to survive and try to rot them all down in order to secure the win. As mentioned in previous rounds, my goal will be to hide behind the pillar and force the Marksman Hunter to isolate himself from his healer. Funny enough, I think I may have accidentally ate that trap for the healer. I think that was the primary target for that ice trap, but we were able to slow down their go. It looks like once again we will be their main target, so I'll need to be careful with my defensives. But our healer is doing a great job just maintaining our health pool and allowing me to get my dots out. A great way also to slow down the enemy team's goes is just by using your fear offensively to make sure you can start getting your dots out, your burst out, and trying to fake cast in order to get the precog as well. Once we survive their opener, our next goal would be to get the DK out of that anti-bubble, and then just to now maintain our pressure while the Affliction Warlock starts to do his own thing. As long as we can survive, once again, I think we'll be able to win. We're using Catharsis on cooldown. As soon as we get the proc, we throw it out there, and then we just get our CCs going to slow down their goes. At this point we had to use dispersion because we were taking a little bit too much pressure, but luckily at the same time our healer was trapped, so we didn't take too much pressure at that point. We still have the defensive life swap, which we will most likely use there, but our Affliction Warlock was able to secure the win while they were focused on us. Alright, so final round, boys. We have only one loss so far in this shuffle, and we're feeling pretty good at this point. As long as we can survive long enough, we should be able to secure a win against this Lock and DK. Our goal for this round will be to wait and see what the Hunter does. He's most likely going to try to go for a trap or a stun, and then at that point we'll jump in to get our dots rolling and then start free casting. So there we go, our Hunter gets the stun, we go in, we get our dot on the healer and the lock, and at this point we're going to just start mind blasting and then open up with our void eruption to complement the Hunter's true shot, so he gets PI. One mistake I did here was I used void torrent without having dots on the DK. Usually my goal is to get dots on both DPSs, and because I got the dot on the Pally, it just did not cross my mind that I void torrented too early. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just get lost in the moment. The lock gets pretty low at one point, but the healer does catch up and gets a nice blind across the board on us. As we continue to backpedal, they are kind of focusing me, so I'm just going to make sure I apply my dots, make sure I use my defensives accordingly, and try to void torrent them while I can. At this point, I am getting pretty low, so I have to disperse. Gives the healer some time to pick me back up, and now we're going to just continue to put our pressure out. We see the Pally getting low, so we switch targets, and we're going to put a silence on him to just slow him down and make him start getting worried about his own health, while the lock is getting low as well. We're gonna go around, our healer gets a good fear, we're gonna put a mind games on him, and just like that we secure the win. Hopefully you made it to the end of the video. This was a fun lobby. I wanted to showcase the climb. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you play Shadow Priest. As mentioned earlier, we have been climbing quite a bit behind the scenes, so keep an eye out for future videos. Until then, take care.